Just a minute. Let me share my screen. So we will be continuing with S4 integration today. So in the day one, we already seen what is S4 and how the connections are maintained with the S4 integration. Let me quickly
Krishna, you're
log in.
starting. You are not starting from that schedule according to you. You are not starting.
We didn't get the flat file integration yet set up yet. We are waiting for that system. So let me check with Vijay once if
Krishna, if you don't mind, can you recap the session? Just give a overview of last session, if you don't mind.
sure,
You have-
Prakash. Just give me two
Yeah.
minutes. Let me
Uh-huh.
check whether if the system is up or not. Then first.
Yeah, sure, sure.
Yeah, Vijay is not picking the call. I think she's got stuck with another call. So,
Deepa
Shrav-
joining in 2 minutes, Krishna.
okay. Stravani, we will go on with S4 integration now. So once we get that system right, we
Hmm.
will work on that and just let it be as a added knowledge so that when in future, when again we discuss this topic, it will be
Hmm.
an recap for you.
Okay. That means after getting system, again we will discuss the flat file
We
and
will
then
start.
again we'll come to
Yeah,
S4.
we'll discuss for flat file. Then it will
Hmm.
be easy for you to understand these topics.
Mhm. But okay.
Yeah. So a quick recap before joining, starting today's class is let me share my screen first. So we started S4 integration, Prakash. So what is this S4? S4 is an ERP or an ECC system or an ERP system of our SAP. So we call it as either ECC system or S4 system. And if please confirm, anyone of you confirm, are you able to see my screen?
Yeah, yeah. I was able to see.
Yeah. So for any source or target, first what we will be doing, we will be creating the data store connections. So type of connections what we are using here for S4 integration is RFC type of connection. So we are going first. We have created application data store where I type as business suite applications. There are multiple data stores here for S4 or ECC. We will be using business suite applications as a data store type, and we will be selecting the agent with the connections are maintained. Application server details, like what are the application detail server details are there, which are provided by base system, will be provided here, like user credentials, server number and everything. So once that is selected, we will be giving the authentication type. The authentication type will be username and password. If it is a password type of authentication, again this username and password will be provided by base system. So there is another point which is important, that is RFC destination. So in S4 system, this RFC destination is declared by base system. So same RFC destination will be provided in the uh, CIDS system. And client number, system number, whatever is provided by this base system will be using that. Next, it is ABAP execution options. So
RFC
we have to
destination will be provided by the CADS system.
basis
Confirm.
basis.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
So
Last.
RFC is type of
Uh,
connection, and this
hmm.
RFC type of connection is maintain connection protocol is used in S4. So they will
Acha.
connect the backend system using RFC call. That is called as remote function call.
Okay.
RFC stands for remote function call.
This is provided
Okay.
by base system only.
Yeah, base system. So this should be
Acha.
same. What they are maintaining there, that should be maintained here.
Okay.
So generically, see, SAP is asking us to maintain SAP DS or HCI DS. If it is a client particular, if the base system is maintaining something else, that same need to be maintained here.
Okay.
Yeah. So after that, we will be having client number or system number, which will be provided by base system, and it will be different for different systems. So for quality, the client number is different. For production, the client number will be different. For development, the client number will be different. As per the different client numbers or system numbers, we are going to configure it. And here at the configuration time, we have two options above ABAP execution options. One is generate and execute. The other one is execute preload. So what is generate and execute? Execute and preload is something very particular regarding the pulling the data with ABAP language. So generally, like all softwares and all other coding languages, even SAP has its own coding language that is called as ABAP. So it's all SAP systems run on ABAP language itself. So backend code and everything will be written in ABAP language. So how to retrieve the data using this ABAP language? There are two options here. So while we are using those set while we are using ABAP options in CADS, we will be discussing about this generate, execute, and execute payload. If I start discussing about this now, you'll get confused. Okay. Now what we have done, we have just already created a configuration. So if you see, I have maintained, we have maintained the configurations provided by base system, and we will be testing the connection. Okay, test successful, and configuration is working fine. Next, IBP. So IBP will be using configuration data store type as HANA application cloud. So HANA application cloud is a data type, data store type. So once you select the HANA application cloud, you will be having two options. One is to connect to HANA application cloud, and the second one is IBP, integrated business planning. So we will be connecting it to integrated business planning, and we will be sending the data to the we will be configuring the IBP system as per the credentials provided by base system. So before, again, here we will be pulling the tables whatever is required per the schema, and we will be making the importing the objects. Before going to, as we are already starting discussing on IBP, right? Let me give you a quick brief what is IBP and different modules of IBP. So IBP stands for integrated business plan. No, what is SAP IBP? SAP IBP is a cloud platform where the supply chain planning happens. So basically it is a planning tool. So initially we used, sorry, it is a planning tool. Initially we used to have a tool called as, or setup called as APO in SAP ECC, SAP on-premise, we can say. So initially SAP has a system called as APO system where they used to do this supply chain planning. Now as world is moving towards the cloud, even SAP launched it all its cloud tools, and one of it is IBP, integrated business planning, where we do that supply chain planning in this tool. So what is generally a supply chain? Rajmani, do you know, do you have any idea? Supply chain management or supply chain, what is this?
Uh, like, say for example, there is a laptop company, so they want to provide the required amount of laptops for next year. Basically, what IBP does is like they kind of analyze last year data or last month's data, and then kind of
You are giving idea about demand planning.
uh,
My question is, what is
uh,
supply chain management? Forget about SAP, IBP, everything.
okay. How? I mean, on what basis we provide the requirement to the end user, maybe?
So generally, what is supply chain management or supply chain is, it's a process or a chain or a sequential order between the manufacturer and the final customer, right? So when you purchase, when you want to when you want to sell something, or when you want to manufacture something, it will start from different raw material. We procure different raw material from different vendors, and we manufacture the objects. Or let's take a product. We manufacture a product. Okay. Once the product is manufactured, it will be, there are different channels in which we will be sending the product to the customer. Like you will be having distribution, distributors, wholesalers, retailers, and then customers. Correct. So to reach between the manufacturer and manufacturing a product and sending it to end customer, there is a complete chain. This complete chain is known as supply chain, and management of the supply chain complete system is known as supply chain management. So the supply chain management consists of different modules, and logistics is also one of supply chain. And the thing is, many softwares does the supply chain management. Even SAP does the supply chain planning. Now, coming to IBP, what are the different modules we have in supply chain? One is demand planning. Prakash, can you say any other one? Or Vinod?
Product planning.
Sorry.
Production planning. Product planning something.
Time period stated farming.
IBP, we don't have any production planning or something. We have money. Anyone can. Total, we have 7 plannings in IBP.
Some are like time period related to farm.
Sorry.
Time period related to yeah, based on date time.
No. So these are modules what I am discussing. Say 7, there are several modules in IBP. One is demand planning, one is supply planning,
Forecast or something.
next is inventory optimization, Mani, can you suggest one or two if you know? Shravani, Deepa.
Sales and operation planning.
Sales and operations. Next. Response.
Financial
Shravani,
planning we have. I don't know.
Shravani, Deepa, we already discussed this in our earlier class. We don't do any financial planning in IBP. It is completely supply chain planning. Response, supply chain control tower, DMRP. How many got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So these are different planning modules in IBP. So whenever someone asks you what are the modules you have in IBP, you need to say we have 7 modules in IBP. One is demand planning, one is supply planning, one is inventory optimization, one is sales and operations, one is response, one is supply chain control tower, and one is DDMRP. Right? Now, what is the difference? What are these plannings doing? First, let's take demand planning. So what is demand planning? Demand planning will forecast your future business by considering your historical data. So what did you understand by this statement?
Based on the previous data, they will forecast like how much supply they should manufacture, something like that.
We are discussing about demand, not supply again.
I mean, they will come to a conclusion about how much production should be made based on the historical data, like the number of products to manufacture.
Right.
Based
So
on
let
previous data, they will analyze like how much is there in the demand particular product, how much it's in demand, and how much need to be supplied. Like that.
let's take demand planning. So this is called as DP. So 99% of CIDS projects are dependent on DP only, demand planning. Now, before going to DP, we have another two plannings here. So these all are called as modules, but basically, just a second. Basically, in IBP, we have two types of plannings. That is time series based planning. Other one is order based planning. So what is time series based planning? Time series based planning will bring the data or consider the data on timely basis. When I say timely basis, on a monthly basis or a weekly basis or last 5 days data or 3 days data, it will or last 5 hours data, 3 hours data, it will club into one package and it will send. That is known as time series based data. The name itself says it is dependent on time. Last 2 hours data, last 1 day data, it will be clubbing up and it will be sending into IBP. Next is order based plan. So for time series based planning, we are going to use CADS. So without CADS, we are unable to, we will not be able to send the time series data. Next is order based planning. Order based planning is whenever there is an order. Let's take example. Walmart has implemented SAP IBP, and in their backend system is ECC system or an Excel file or any other software. Now instead of using CADS, they directly connect order based planning. What is order based planning means? Whenever you enter the details of that particular order placed in the source system, it will be immediately updated in the IBP system. It will not wait for 1 hour, 2 hours, or 3 hours for that CADS run. This is through cloud connector and the setup is known as RTI. RTI stands for real-time integration. Clear? What is real-time integration? Real-time integration, or SDI, smart data integration, is something whenever you change the data in the source system, immediately it will be updated in the target system, IBP, without manual intervention or without any jobs need to be running. So this is a direct connectivity between two systems. Whenever there is change in one system, it will be auto updated in the backend other system through backend cloud connector setup. Okay, that setup is known as real-time integration. So order-based planning data will be sent to this real-time integration. Clear? Am I clear till here? Do you have any doubts?
Krishna, can you repeat one more time about real-time integration?
Yeah. Krishna, can you repeat the order-based planning once again? Yeah, a little bit confused.
Sorry. Okay. Let me take example now. First, let me explain time series based planning. Then it will be easy for you to understand order based planning. Now, what is happening? We have product data,
And also, we are
right?
like, reduce the speed a little bit.
Yeah. I just gave a statement. Now I'll just go little slow. What
Okay.
they have? Product ID, product description, product name. Okay, this is product master data. Let's do instead of product master data. And next we have orders. Okay, when we are going to send the orders, we will send in the order details like what is the product ID, who is the customer, which gives customer ID gives the details, at what location the order is placed, that is location ID, and date, right? So whenever we are sending this order, like order for that particular product for that particular customer at that particular location is 3. So this number you for this particular date is 3. This number, it is in S4 system or a flat file. Let it be whatever is the source system. Now we want to send it to IBP. Correct? Are we clear till here? This data is saved in flat file. Let's take a file S4 SQL anything. Already this is saved in IBP, the source system. Now we want to send it to IBP. So when we take consider CPADS or CADS, every 2 hours or every 5 hours or daily once or 2 times a day, we will create a task, right, in CIDS to send the data. Whenever this task runs, data will be sent from this flat file to IBP. We are clear till here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Krishna.
There will be a job in CPIDS which will run and which will pull the data from this source system and send it to IBP system, right? So we will schedule it as per the time. We will be having time schedulers, and let's say every 8 hours you will run it, or every daily once you will run it. So whatever the data is updated here once will be updated whenever we run the job. Correct? There are like 8 records. Next time when we load, we have 13 records. But between 8 and 13, what is the record count 5? So this record count 5 will be updated when we run this job in the next run. Correct?
Yeah. Yes,
Any
Krishna.
doubt till here?
Yes. Yes.
No,
Yes.
no.
No.
So it will wait for the next run. Whenever this job runs as per the schedule, whenever someone run this job, this data will be pulled into IBP and sent to IBP, pulled into CPIDS and IBP. But there is a lag in that system, right? You need to wait for next 4 hours to get the data updated into IBP, because if you have the schedule run in every 4 hours. Correct? It runs on an hourly or timely basis. So this type of data is known as, or planning is known as, time series planning. Time series planning is based on time. Whenever you run the task or job in an hourly basis or monthly basis or yearly basis, it will pull the data, whatever is loaded there in the source system, it will be sending to IBP system table. Now, what is RTA? Same order is placed in, you went to Walmart, you purchase some 5 star or something, You went to the customer support desk for the billing counter. What they will do, they will enter the product details, 5 star, in the system. They will give you customer details, like they will ask you your name, contact number, everything, right? That will be saved under your contact number, customer details. Next location, let's take example Hyderabad. So they will say that particular Hyderabad, this date, what is the date and time? Let's take 24th 07 2024. Order quantity 2, right? Now once this is updated here, right, immediately in the IBP system, without running waiting for any task or without waiting for any job, the same data will be updated through RTA. There is no time gap. Whenever you enter in this system, there will be a backend. So here you are connecting from S4 system to CPIDS system. CPIDS task should run, it will pull the data, it will push the data. This is the pull and push methodology. But whenever it is here is direct cloud, there is something called as cloud connector setup. So what they will do, they will connect directly this S4 system to IBP system through some cloud connector setup or CPI setup, integration setup. And whenever they change the data in this table, it will be automatically changed in this. It will be automatically updated into the IBP table. So this type of planning is known as real-time integration. Any questions on this?
Yeah, Krishna, I have questions.
No, Krishna.
From my
Clear?
side, just
Krishna.
What is
understand.
RTI and what is CPIDS?
Krishna, am I audible?
Your voice is a little fuzzy and breaking.
Okay. How about now? Is it fine?
Yeah, far better. Yeah, please go ahead.
Okay, so now for the RTI, there is no CPIDS involved. So that's
No,
cloud connector you are telling. So who will be setting
yes.
up that cloud connector?
So this is
Is
again
it
basis stream activity.
okay? And to pull the data, usually for CIDS, we do some transformation or coding or some kind of activity. So how this is being transformed, the data, the real-time or
ABAP,
data, some
ABAP. So
customization will be required, right?
yes. So in IB, so in S4, right? Let's take example of S4 only. The ABAP team and IBP team and basis team will sit together. They will create that connections. What all the extractors are required, what all the BAPIs or baddies are required. The help of ABAP team, they will get it fixed so that requirement data will be moved to IBP using the BTP cloud connector setup.
Okay. So in this regards, basis should help us for the integration. And
Yeah, so it's again three teams dependency. We'll have ABAP team, basis team, and IBP team. From whatever the setup required from IBP side, with the help of IBP consultant, basis team will does it. And let me show you. I should have one document on RTA. Yeah, RTA setup checklist. So this is out of the box of our training, but I'm just giving you an ideology. Like whenever you have some requirement on ABAP or this RTA, right? You can just go see.
yeah.
This is a setup, RTA setup provided by SAP directly. So if you see major work, need to just a second. System transportation comment system. See, setup, BTP setup, everything will be done by basis team. So S4 basis team, whenever they call it as S4, check the integration communication user. Basis team can do does this. See, basis or project. So generally in some systems, what happen? They don't have this basis team. We need to follow this protocol setup things, and we integration consultants work on this. But major part from source will work from ABAP team, and from target we will be having IBP team or basis team to work on it.
Okay.
So if you see here, right, let me check. Transitioner app is not the one. team responsible. Create integration master data only. Save as variant as easy reuse and adjustment. Start with location and check body implementation, check step by step. So these points you should be able to do it, right? Vinod, whenever we say
Yeah,
it
yes.
as FCM1, FCM2, CMF1, CMF2, CMF3. So these are done by creation integration model for transactional data, log data. So see again, it's an when we are setting up something with RTI,
Mm.
uh, we'll be including all the three teams like ABAP team, basis team, IBP team, and that will be led by an integration uh, consultant.
Okay.
Clear on this difference between RTA and this time series integration?
Yeah, clear. And one more thing, I think it maybe a little bit out of the box. Like, if any requirement comes as a support, so like how we will differentiate whether it is an RTI based changes or CIDS changes. Like any differentiation we can find out because when IBP people comes as a technical person, we may not be knowing whether this is RTA or it's a CIDS done as for
No,
support.
thing is,
Okay, we can differentiate.
if you are going through, like, let me say, if you are going through RTA setup, there will not be any changes in the integration layer. They will clearly say, let's say, if they want, if you, if they will clearly, whenever you go to the support project, right, they will clearly say you whether it is in time series based planning or order based planning, or how to identify it is. If you go to the, they will give you details like product master data is not working.
Mm.
You can understand, you need to ask them like where is that product master data, how that product master data is pulled. So whenever you go to a support project, they should have that KT transformations, right? Knowledge transfer decision.
Okay.
Yeah. So here what is happening, Vinod, is still only for one module, that is respond, and some modules of some projects of supply are using RTA. But basically major work is done for demand. IBP is majorly used for demand planning and sales and operations. For demand planning and sales and operations, we are blindly, and we should blindly go with time series data integration.
Okay.
And coming to S4N, if you have any if you want to change anything, see, from S4N, what we will do for CPADS, we will only create function modules, and we will create uh, extractor standard or customer extractor customer.
OData. Okay.
So when you are uh, coming to S4 support, right, every task or every job or anything which is coming to support will have technical specification document and functional specification document. We can directly they will directly give you the details whether it is RTA setup or CPADS, because both are completely different. And major consultants, CADS consultants, doesn't work with RTA, and they don't know RTA because it is a new evolving technology in the market.
Okay.
Yeah. Now let's going back to our thing. So we have differentiated 7 different modules, right? What are those? Demand planning, supply planning. So demand planning we will be using blindly whatever is the requirement. Demand planning is going to be used by time series data, because we want the data in historical level. Historical data is required for demand planning. Last 5 years data, last 6 years data, we need it. For last 10 years data, we need it. So we need it in the time series based planning only. That is CPIDS. Supply, what it may be used in both the ways. Like supply, we can send through RTI, or we can send it through time series based planning as well. Inventory optimization, again time series based planning. Inventory optimize. So again, what is supply planning? If, for example, if you have an order placed from a customer for a car, they have placed an order for car. The estimated time for delivery is 3 months for that particular color. They placed the order in Hyderabad. Okay. Now they want to get the product in less time. Now what the Hyderabad team will do, they will open this IBP system, or they will open this S4 system, whatever their system. They will say this requirement. They will create a pre-R, purchase requisition. Purchase requisition. So what is this? They will give a requirement to the system. They will ask what is the best way. Now the system will say this car is available in three locations like Delhi, Mumbai, and Goa. And it will say what is, it will give you the best output which will bring or deliver the car in Hyderabad in less time with cost effectiveness. So it will calculate all the algorithms which is provided in IBP, and it will say if you are going to get the product from Delhi through airways, you are going to get it in 1 month. But the thing is, the cost is, it is going to get you charged for $1,000. If it is from Mumbai, you can get it through train, and you will be getting it in 15 days, but it's going to charge you $2,000. If it is Goa, you can get it through roadways, and it is going to charge you $1,500. So what they will plan, which is the cost effective option, it will be providing the first, and second of cost effectiveness option will be second, provided by second. So these cost effectiveness and time effectiveness are considered in the supply planning, and it will be giving you the end result from which you need to get the supply done. So that is called as supply planning. Next is inventory optimization. So all the manufacturing, whatever is the business, end of the day, manufacturer or manufacturing is the heart of the business. So what is a manufacturer doing? He is manufacturing the products or items. Now he need to know the inventory. Let's say to manufacture a car, he need a car. Simple example: to manufacture a Samsung phone, he require different material. Like he will not prepare, he will manufacture cameras, he will not manufacture keypad, or he will not manufacture the touchpad, he will not manufacture that panel. What he will do, he will procure it from different vendors or manufacturers. Now he will be having that vendor list, and he will be having the scrap list, like whatever is the inventory available at our inventory site, and what is the best output we can get, and if what is the inventory available and not available. So by this inventory optimization, it will reduce the cost to the manufacturer, and it will give you the best output with the availability of inventory. So that inventory optimization planning is done through this inventory optimization module in IBP. Next is sales and operations. So if you combine the demand planning and supply planning as a single module, and I show you the high level architecture diagram, SAP IBP. See, So there are five major planning done at IBP, and this DDMRP and supply control table. I will show you the high level view. So for sales and optimization, just a second. This is not the diagram I will plan to show you. This one, yes. So upon the top layer will be the supply chain control tower. So in IBP, if you see the supply chain control tower module, you will understand all. Oh, just a second. See, SAP supply chain control tower, exception handling and business network collaboration. So this is a module within IBP. It is not used for business, but it will give you an hierarchical view, like how all these modules are working and how these are interlinked. So under this, if you consider the sales and operations planning, strategic and tactical decision process. So the sales and operations is the combination of the all these modules, and those are known as demand module. In demand module, I said right, we get census demand, demand numbers, forecasting is done at demand planning, inventory and multi-just inventory optimization, like how much inventory is there and what is the usage, and this will comes under the inventory optimization. Next, DDMRP, demand driven replenishment, demand driven material requirements planning. Next is response and supply, constrained and unconstrained supply planning. So if you see here, we consider response and supply. So these are very near. So response and supply, constrained and unconstrained supply planning, allocations and deployment planning, order rescheduling. So this is a other module. Like if you see here, one, two, three, four, five modules are major, and the hierarchical view on these five modules, connectivity on these five modules is done in the sales and operations planning. So above sales and operations planning, you will be having the supply chain control tower. So this all comes under, if you want to get the best output for all this out to see for the client to see the results, they will be seeing it in supply chain control tower. And when you go to the IBP platform, web UI, right, we will be having analytics and web based planning, UI, Microsoft Excel planning, front end job scheduling, data integration. Just believe about this. We will see when we are working on IBP on this. So again, it works on SAP HANA because this is a cloud version of SAP. Clear? Any word, any doubts on this IBP topic? Now, for us, when we are selecting the IBP, as we are CPADS consultants or CADS consultants, we are least bothered on what is the module. Our work is to send the data to whatever the module they have, they will be providing. They will say, we are doing demand planning. So, okay, that is not our point. Like, what is the planning they are doing? They will just give you the planning area and they will just give you the table name. So once you get the planning area and table name, you will be sending the data to that particular planning area and table. Clear?
Yes, Krishna.
Any doubts on this IBP topic? Prakash, Vinod, Mani, Shravani, Deepa.
No, yes, no.
Yeah.
No question.
No question.
So what we are doing here, we are going to import the tables from IBP. How to import the table? Click on place button. And remember, guys, whatever is the source system, whatever is the target system, I'll show you a simple fund of CPADS. Agent should be up all the time. Second, create source data store. Whenever I say DS, that is data store. Create target data store. Import source tables. Import target tables. Create project under project task under task data flow. In data flow, select source DS and target DS. Next, in mapping screen, select source table, select transform option, do required filtration and mapping, and run the data. If target is IBP, maintain global variables. This is the end-to-end flow. Wherever you go, whatever is the data store, whatever is the activity, if you're pulling from S4, if you are pulling from SQL, if you are pulling from AODB, see, or if you're going to pull it from OData adapter, or if you're going to pull it from success factor adapter, the funda is going to be same. If you can show me other than this, that will be a new learning for me as well. Mani, Prakash, can you show me another option? You already have 3 years or 2 years or some experience on CADS.
Sorry, Krishna, what did you say?
So this is the flow. Whatever is the source system, whatever is the target system, you should follow the same flow. Like first agent should be up, source data store is created, import the object, source target is in target is data store is created, create target tables are imported, create task data flow, select source and target data stores tables. You will do the transformation. You will be filtering the data. If it is IBP, if you are sending the data to IBP, we'll be maintaining the global variables and we will be running the tasks. This will be the end-to-end flow I'm saying. For whatever is the source system, whatever is the target system, this is the end-to-end flow. So did you find any other flow of sending data in IBP or CPIDS other than this?
No, Krishna, this
No,
is the
no.
same thing we do. But one thing is that for extraction tasks, we don't maintain global variables, right? I mean,
I
the
clearly said that
outbound. I mean,
target, if target is IBP, maintain global variables.
yeah.
Read. What I said, if target is IBP, till here we will end it. Run the data. Required filtrations and mapping and run the data or task. If target is IBP, maintain some global variables. No, if you're maintaining the global variables, if you are maintaining the script, proload script or postload script, irrespective of that, this will be the flow. Whatever is the source, whatever is the target. So any questions on today's topic? Majorly, I know instead of CIDS, I just gave you a detailed view of IBP because end of the day, a CIDS consultant should know what is IBP and what planning is done at IBP. In today's market, there are hundreds of CIDS consultants who are getting out of market, but none of them have idea of IBP. At least we should know why we are sending the data and why what planning is happening in IBP.
Okay, Krishna.
Yeah. Mani, Prakash, Vinod, any questions?
No, Krishna.
No, Krishna. From my end.
Yeah. Mani, I know you may have one or two questions asked me.
No, Krishna. I'm good.
See, relate whatever we are saying on S4 or Flatfail, relate it to your current project SQL. You will see the same. Only the thing is, SQL, the source is going to change that. So,
Okay, Krishna. So, uh, one thing is like while we import the tables, so we have like these two options where we give the name and also the down we will give the schema name. That is how we import in S4 HANA also, right? Table name and the schema name.
you getting confused. See, the creation of data storage. Let me go back to our system. So this is our system, right? If it is S4, we want to import a table. When you give the table, it is direct the table name. If you give the function, right? Or if you want to, if you are going to give the extractor, you are going to give the subscriber name and subscriber. Just give me 1 minute, guys. I'm getting a call. Yeah, sorry guys. Yeah, like if you see subscriber name and extraction mode, query, change data capture. So these are the option for extractor. So in the same way, when you're selecting the SQL or different data store, it will be asking some additional details as per the configuration. Clear?
Yes, Krishna.
So if it is IBP, you will not give the name directly. You will select the data flow folder. You will be selecting the what is that? After folder, you will select the planning area. In that planning area, we will be selecting base planning level or that if it is transactional data. So different steps are involved on this. But end of the day, creation of data stores connecting this is the same. What I am trying to say. Is it clear? Any doubts?
Yes, Krishna, clear.
Okay. If everything is good, we can drop for today. You can ping me on WhatsApp as well. Like if you have any doubt, I'll be answering it.